CTV Calgary, local breaking news.
Good afternoon. Condor Airlines says at no time were any of its passengers on a flight to Calgary in danger. But the situation was serious enough for NORAD to scramble fighter jets. The jets escorted 3 incoming German passenger planes after the flights were targeted by a bomb threat. The aircraft were allowed to land once the threats were deemed not credible. The North American Aerospace Defense Command tells CTV News out of an abundance of caution, it deployed a Canadian CF-18 and an American CF-15 fighter jet, along with a refueling aircraft yesterday afternoon. Calgary police are investigating a shooting in the northeast. They responded to Red Embers Way around 4 this morning after reports of a shot being fired into a nearby business. Officers say no one was injured. Tension is rising between the province and Alberta's teachers' union. The UCP government has filed a complaint with the Labour Relations Board against the ATA. Finance Minister Nate Horner says the complaint is connected to a document the Alberta Teachers Association distributed after setting a strike date of October 6th. It outlines talking points for teachers having to answer questions from parents and students. The government says the document consists of false claims, including about class size and supports for students. The ATA responded by saying it's no secret of the laundry list of issues facing Alberta school boards, educators, faculty, and students.
The least funded is something that is commonly known. The fact that our classes are bursting at the seams is commonly known. The fact that we don't have the resources for our students is commonly known. The fact that teachers have been talking about this for years is commonly known, yet the government wants to turn around and say that we're lying about it, and that's not true.
Teachers have asked for wage increases and more supports for growing class sizes and complexities. The province has been offered wage increases of 12% over 4 years and promised to hire 3,000 teachers over the next 3 years. The Calgary Chamber of Commerce says the next City Council must focus on the city's economic competitiveness. The Chamber wants eased taxation and more efficient city services, along with better public safety. A growing population means the Chamber also wants affordable housing and a thriving arts, culture, and sports sector. And finally, it wants better public transit, bike and walking lanes, and improved digital infrastructure. But one thing the Chamber did not mention in its platform is the controversial topic of blanket rezoning.
Well, I'd like to see it surfaced in a respectful and constructive way, because we know that there are, as you said, this is a very divided issue. And there are some perspectives that feel that it needs to stay and some that need to start over. And we'll leave it up to the council to make that decision. But I think what we really need is a recognition that there was a lot of opposition.
Calgary's population grew by 18% from 2020 to 2024, but it dropped from 5th to 18th most livable city globally due to strains on infrastructure, the cost of housing, public safety, and access to health care. 6 of the top mayoral hopefuls went head-to-head last night at Calgary's Central Library. Blanket rezoning took center stage early, with both Sonia Sharp and Jeff Davison vowing to repeal it if elected. Public safety, Calgary transit, and party politics also emerged as key issues in the debate. If you're interested in hearing more about where the mayoral candidates stand, there's another debate the evening of October 8th at the Jack Singer Concert Hall. Alberta's premier brought her Alberta Next panel to Airdrie last night.
We all know that Alberta has grown a lot in recent years, but few communities have grown faster than Airdrie. It's a welcoming and affordable community with great amenities and a quality of life that is hard to beat. These qualities are worth protecting.
This is the 8th of 10 stops the Alberta Next panel is making across the province. Albertans are encouraged to air their grievances about the relationship between Alberta and Ottawa. The panel is being met with mixed reaction.
Do you trust a Conservative government that strives to listen to its people, prudently manage finances, and deliver what is best for Albertans made in Alberta? In conclusion, where can I get my lawn sign for Ottawa to keep their hands off my CPP?
My contribution rate was 1.9%. My kids today are contributing 5.95%, is being mismanaged, and I don't think they'll have a pension in the future. So it's a no-brainer.
There are still town hall stops in Grand Prairie and Calgary before the Alberta Next panel wraps up. Ultimately, these will help inform questions that could be on a referendum next year. New Stats Canada data today shows inflation rose to 1.9% in August, short of economists' expectations. The cost of groceries rose 3.5% year over year, up 1/10 of a point from July. Gasoline prices rose 1.4% as higher refining margins offset lower crude costs. And rising rents and mortgage interest costs remain the biggest factors pushing the annual inflation rate higher. The Bank of Canada is set to make its interest rate decision tomorrow. Alberta MLA Shane Getson is heading to Anchorage, Alaska to promote Alberta's energy sector. He will meet with legislators and work to protect the trade relationship between our province and the U.S. An unexpected surprise for a retired Calgary firefighter.
I didn't fall in love with your hair.
Country music star Brett Kissel holding an intimate performance for 40 guests at the Alberta Cancer Foundation Monday night, including retired firefighter Lauren Miller. Miller is a 3-time cancer survivor, and he says the concert was a great surprise.
Super cool. He came up and introduced himself. Fantastic guy. We hit it off from my perspective. We've got a lot in common. We've got some kids that are the same age, and we have some similar hobbies that we enjoy. So it's always great to meet people like that that are willing to come out to events like this and show their support and cheer us on.
The performance is also highlighting the Alberta Cancer Foundation's lottery, which is currently underway. The final deadline for tickets is October 7th. Thanks for joining us. We'll have more on the top stories coming up on CTV News at 5 and 6 or anytime online at ctvnews.ca/Calgary.